fam. How's
Playing from
everybody
Lys's
doing out
iPad
there?
Pro 13.
So we got a few messages for today, and we're going to break it up just like we usually do, because we do things fast backwards up in here. The first message that came through was Romans 13:11, and the other one that came through was Psalm 23:6. So Romans 13:11, a call to spiritual awakening, urging believers to live a life of active, vigilant faith, because the time for salvation is closer than when they first believed. So what I got from that is things are moving faster. And it's funny because I was talking to Judy, one of our soul sisters, and all this week me and Thomas have been guided to watch Fast and the Furious because he hasn't seen them all. And then yesterday or the day before, one of those days, she comes through and she says, because I was telling her how we've had electrical storms and sandstorms the last few nights, and then we lost electricity for a couple of hours. And then she comes through and says, yes, things are moving fast and furious. And we were watching Fast 5, something about change. And she says, as we're watching Fast 5, things are changing fast and furious. So something about that. So things are changing the way, because the time for salvation is closer than when they first believed. So things are changing from when we first started this journey to now. Things are really escalating a lot faster, and more people are realizing that. So a call to spiritual awakening, urging believers to live a life of active, vigilant faith, because the time for salvation is closer than when we first believed. And for me, it's been a couple of years. Started this journey, well, technically in 2020, December 2020 is whenever I went through a transitioning of my thing. But the real awakening didn't start until 2023 or 2022. It's kind of hard to tell at this point. And then let me pull up Psalm 23:6. So Psalm 23:6 is an expression of unwavering confidence in God's steadfast goodness and love. 3, 2, 1, I say that, and that's been coming through heavy, and I have it written down as well, because yesterday, 3, 3, 1, I say this, when we went out, I saw it everywhere. It was 3, 2, 1 was everywhere. So it's one of the numbers that I'm going to give you. But he's promising that these divine attributes will follow the psalmist throughout their life, and that they will dwell in God's house forever. So an expression of unwavering confidence in God's steadfast goodness and love. I love that. And I thought it went perfectly with this reading as well, and all the signs that came through. So the signs that we saw yesterday and over the last couple of days, because I saw the Romans 13:11 a couple of days ago, and it's interesting the numbers that it came up, 13:11, because 311 is also written down on my book. We saw it multiple times yesterday, and I know that was Spirit's way of saying it wanted me to get that message out. So there is something about that message in 321 and 511 and 311 and 811, because I've been seeing that everywhere. So then we saw Cree 888, and the Cree, what popped in my head was Guardians of the Galaxy. You know, they were fighting, one of them was Cree, but 888 is abundant energy. So maybe Creole is what I just heard. Like maybe you have French Creole, you know. So very abundant energy. And then star 48. And then ruin me. And what I got from that was like ruins. Like somebody has ruins on them. Like I have ruins on me. Ruin me, put ruins on me. I guess you can put it as someone's trying to ruin you. But that's not what I saw. I saw ruins, as in either these runes, or ruins, like the old ruins of a pyramid, which is very interesting. Yeah. And then we saw Pizza God 3. Somebody, a pizza god out there. And number 3 in the tarot is, I think it's the Empress. So is somebody a pizza god out there in Empress energy as the seer? Oh, that's funny. And then Sis 22. Maybe have a sister that's 22 or 22 date of birth or something like that. And then immediately after that, we seen Black Ops, which was interesting because the way we saw it was interesting. And then Grammys. Somebody got a Grammy out there, or maybe somebody's winning Grammys. Oh, that would be cool. E-Core 3, Energy Core is what I got from that. And so I seen solar plexus energy coming from that. And 3, that could either mean, again, Empress, or it's maybe the 3rd chakra. But I got solar plexus energy for some reason from that energy core. I don't know. And then Aries was being pulled by, Texas Pride was being pulled by Aries. I don't know. It was very interesting where it showed up. And then next gen, as in next generation, and Spirit said something about there's something important about the next generation. And I've been talking to some of you about your kids and the importance of them. Something about the next gen, maybe starseeds. Then we saw, hello. So somebody's trying to get your attention. I think it's Spirit. Or source. And then light leading world and electric. Something about, because we saw it in 2 different places. It was light leading world and electric. And so there's something about maybe you're the light, the energy leading that's needed for the world. No. And then woo girl, W-U girl, woo girl. I don't know. And then Tommy's girl and crop plane. And then 222, I love you too. And then all too well, things are going all too well, or they will be after this message. And then we saw Silly Goose, and that was funny. So things are going all too well, Silly Goose. Something about that. The names we got yesterday was Leslie, Elliot, Ben or Benny. Earnhardt's been coming through a lot when we're out and about, which is funny since we've been watching Fast and the Furious. So something, I say that at 9:29, something about Hoonigan energy, Fast and the Furious, people that drive to Speedy Gonzalez energy. That's funny, guys. And then we saw Nala's mom. And I have some energies out there with some Nala connections. and then I'll come back because they want me to pull some cards for you on inner child. Ooh, and some maybe mind oracle and tarot. So I'll be back in a minute.